What's up, guys? It's another episode of Pepper Wolverine, and this time we're taking on something called the Chocolate Champion. We're going to pick this one off of my own plant. This is a 17-gallon DWC setup. It didn't do well early on. I had it inside, and I wanted to isolate it completely, 100%. I couldn't keep it isolated and let it flower. I could not keep a good humidity level for things to occur, so I cut it back and then I put it outside. I was going to review a pod from my brother Jay Gumabe. A lot of people on Pepper Lovers know about that, know about him. He's an excellent grower. He's someone I look up to and admire because his grows are incredible. I mean, I like to think my grows are good, but I look up to him because his grows are incredible. He actually sent me a couple Chocolate Champions, and I got so many pods at the same time. I did grab some seeds from the peppers he sent me, but I didn't eat one live. At least I took a couple tidbits but never ate a whole pepper. I just pulled this one off of the plant. This is Chocolate Champion. I don't know what Chocolate Champion is, other than that it comes from the Redding Seed Company, and I got seeds from two sources. Both of my buddies live out in California. One is Mark Zamora, and the other is Aaron Hernandez. And I had lost track of who I took the seeds from. And I'm going to move around a little bit until I can find a place where lighting's good. I wanted to have that plant as a backdrop because it's a serious monster for something that's only in a 17-gallon DWC setup. I'm running it with General Hydroponics nutrients with CalMag added, and obviously pH balancing that. Top it off every once in a while. But having those lights in the background don't work very well, so I'm going to move over here. And pepper plants are doing pretty well for all things considered. It's only 56 degrees in the garage. I said I wouldn't do this, but I did pull some selected branches from some plants outside before the deep freeze. They're hanging up here. So I am ripening up. Yeah, not really ripening up, just changing colors on a couple things. But we're here for something. This was earlier in the season, I mentioned that there were 5 plants in the garden that I wanted to review. This is one of them that I had not reviewed yet because I didn't have pods yet. So I'm glad that I pulled that into the garage and I'm finishing it off. It's got seriously 150 peppers on it now. I'm not going to sustain anything in the garage for too long. It's going to be too expensive to keep running lights in the garage, and it's getting cold. But we have a Chocolate Champion. Don't know really anything about it other than the fact that the Redding Seed Company claimed that they thought this would be a record breaker. I don't know anything more about it than that other than it's a chocolate pod. There's some wicked phenos on the plant. They're all over the place, so you can obviously tell that it's not a grown out variety. Maybe we're early on at 2 or 3 on the F stage because there's phenos all over the place. But we have the Chocolate Champion, so I'm interested to see how this stacks up against the 7-pot brown I had the other evening, because that 7-pot brown was fantastic. Now this is a DWC, so it's a hydroponic with an air stone, and I expect it to be juicy, and you can kind of see that based upon the glistening effects of the knife. I'd be surprised if it was dry. I mean, it's fed everything it needs. The plant in that type of environment pulls up what it needs when it needs it. And as long as you really keep it pH balanced and within a certain ppm, you can't go wrong. Licking the knife is extremely floral. I mean, extremely floral. Wow. So we got a bunch of people in the house. We got some Mr. David, Mr. Larry, Mr. Damian, co-worker of mine. We got Goham, yeah. We got Mr. Mallon. We got couple people in here, so cool, good stuff. We got my buddy Jay. Jay, it's not the peppers you sent me, but it is the chocolate champion. I think we might have gotten seeds from the same source, or at least from one of the two possibilities. Didn't cut it exactly down the middle. So the placental base is more on one side than the other, besides the placental tissue holding the seed base. Walls are glistening, not to a heavy extent, but they are glistening. It has a overtly floral aroma to it. And not a little bit. I mean, much like the juices I licked off the knife, pepper smells the same. So I'm going to venture to say this might be a pepper I don't enjoy, only because I'm not this super duper fan of super floral, and I think this is going to be super floral. So, Jesse the Pepper Dude, what's up? We're hanging out with Chocolate Champion, grown in my 17-gallon DWC. Initial bites into it have a nice earthy tone. As soon as I bit into it, it has that like nutty earthy tone to it. Michael Sheen, you are my cousin's husband. That's cool for you to hang out. Just tell Nate to tune in. I'd be interested to see if he'd like that hot sauce and powder I left down in Kentucky for him. Ooh, showing off some dirty fingers. I was working in the garden a little bit. I had to clean up the frozen graveyard. I'm about done. I wanted to turn the soil and drop on a bunch of like 30 pounds of coffee grounds and another 25 pounds of ground up eggshells, but maybe tomorrow. Buddy Billy from down in Kentucky, tuning in again. Thanks, Billy. I think you're kind of enjoying watching some Kentucky brethren trying to down these ridiculously hot super peppers. And I was right. This is the most floral thing I've had this season. I thought Death Spiral was floral. And it is. But not in comparison to this thing. My goodness. I'm not a fan of floral. I'm not enjoying this. The hell with it. Eat the whole damn thing. If I want seeds, I got a bunch of peppers over there. But, hold on a second. I gotta chew this. Not a surprise, chewing through the seed base is extremely bitter. When you get to this level of heat with something so floral, there's always going to be a huge juxtaposition between the flavor of the pepper and the flavor of the placental tissue. And that's what's going on right now. Seed base is extremely bitter. Pepper is extremely floral. Now, I will say, certain things you do when you grow your peppers will influence the flavor that they have. This is not a soil-born pepper. It's been in a hydroponic its whole life. I started it in an aero garden. I moved it to like a 1-gallon cracky, a 5-gallon cracky, and then the 17-gallon DWC setup that it's currently in. It's still alive in my garage. So what I feed it heavily influences the flavor that it has. And I've noticed, because I've grown several things in soil and the same varieties simultaneously in dirt with my organic regime, and they do have slightly different flavors. But man, this is extremely floral. Not very enjoyable, for me at least. Heat has attacked the entire tongue, upper esophagus, and it's downright floral. It had a little bit of earthy tone when I bit into it before I got to the seed base. Um, Chocolate Champion. Clones, no. I did seeds from the same pepper, let's say, because I know that because I did that. But I haven't taken clones from the same mother or donor and done that. No, I have not. Good question, though. That would be actually a better test than taking two different seeds. But I mean, for me, seeds coming from the same pod have the same heritage. If they grow out to the same phenos, the only difference is how you feed them. But a better test, to your point, would be cloning them and doing the same thing. Mr. Rich Blood, Pepper Guru. We just ate a Chocolate Champion, and it's the most floral pepper I've had this season. I used to think that a Death Spiral was the most floral that I've had. I just topped that with the Chocolate Champion. It's floral as hell. It's not even enjoyable for me because of my taste buds. My taste buds enjoy something more than just the floral. And I know when you get to a certain heat level, they're going to be floral. And this is hot. I mean, it's up there. It's really up there. Yeah, yo-yo icky floral. Yeah, this one's kind of icky floral. Not enjoying it as much as I've enjoyed other peppers at this heat level this season for sure. That being said, it'd be a great pepper for a powder or possibly a sauce, but probably better a powder. When you smoke it and dry it out, it kind of alleviates that heavy floral nature that some of these peppers have. Now, that being said, it's extremely hot. It made my eyes water. I almost have a runny nose. It almost wants to go up to my ears, almost. If Chocolate Champion is slated to be like one of the next heat record contenders, you're going to have to grow it under different conditions than what I have. Hot, yes. Bites the tongue, gives you an extreme amount of heat. The flavor, though, it sucks. I mean, there's no flavor to it. It's just floral. So it's not... In my book, I need a little bit more flavor. I mean, there's something there, but it's way, 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 way back, in the way back. I mean, I got to go back in like the Wayback Machine on the internet to 10 years ago to find like what I'm trying to talk about. It's definitely hot. It's making me salivate to an extreme extent. It's opened up my nasal passage. It actually did get back to the ears, maybe like a 1 alarm out of 5 on my Richter scale for ear alarms. Hey, Rich, I'm not sure if I ever had like an original Butch T Trinidad Scorpion. I've grown out some Trinidad Scorpions, or Butch T's. I got them from sources that should have been good, but where they got their seeds from, who knows. So did I have an OG? Not sure. Chocolate Champion is up there in... Hey, Kevin, I had a Chocolate Champion. I've got a 17-gallon DWC setup with a pepper plant I pulled in the garage. I got it underneath a COB 150 watt light, trying to finish off some pods. It's got about 100 some odd pods on it. Several of them are ripe. I just picked a ripe pod straight off the pod, or off the plant. Heat it has. It's right there, almost close to the 7-pot brown that you sent me. But it's got nothing on the flavor. But I did point out that could be how I grew it versus how other things are grown. Sometimes hydroponic plants grown in hydroponic solutions, they get everything they need, but depending on what you're using, it's not the optimal or optimum source of nutrients for the plant, so there's ultimately a different flavor. And I recognize that. I know that. But I started that one hydro. I kept it hydro. But I did switch. I typically use, I think I said I used General Hydroponics Flora series. But I actually switched that one over and I'm using something else. The temp in my garage. I don't know. Let's check. It looks like it's 57 degrees with 36% humidity. So it's not freezing. Not yet. It will be next week. So whatever's on the... Rich, I don't understand your comment. I don't... Roy? Don't understand. Someone's more educated than I am. So yeah, come next week when it's actually 20 degrees outside instead of like 40 degrees outside, the garage is going to be too cold to do anything with. So I brought these in with the intention of giving them light for 2 to 3 weeks max. We're at 2 weeks. I'll give them one more week. I'll pull what's ready. Might give one lucky person out there a chance at winning a box or buying a box of what should be some ridiculously hot peppers. Actually, what should be. No, I know they are. That's why I pulled them into the garage. Chocolate Champion plateaued. There's a little bit of sweetness in the background. The bitterness subsided with the seed base when I ate through that, around the placental tissue. The floral nature has subsided, but it's not gone. This is the Chocolate Champion, the way I grew it in a DWC setup, is extremely floral, not very enjoyable. I'm going to have to scour the internet and see who else has done a review on it and see if I can figure out how they grew it. Thank you, Rich. That's I appreciate the education. That's not a term I was familiar with. Makes sense. Yeah. I will tell you, I can already tell this is going to be a gut bomb. I'm going to hate this pepper later. Which means it was definitely to a certain heat level, which is good. I mean, it's up there. It's hot. Next world record holder? No way. No way. But a respectable heat level pepper nonetheless. But it's lacking in the flavor department. I've grown like 30 or 40 different varieties out in hydroponic solution, and the same things in soil. And there's always a little bit of a difference, but not like a magnanimous, huge difference. So this is not, this is a pepper bred for heat, not for flavor. And heat it has, but flavor, no, it doesn't have it. Yeah, gut bomb, not going to be fun. I'll wake up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning and regret it, and hopefully it subsides quickly. We'll see. So, it's Friday night. Hope some of you guys have a 3-day weekend and enjoy and salute all of our fellow Americans that served this country, because that's Veterans Day. So, I salute you. So, I'll work for you and you enjoy your day off because you worked for us. Chocolate Champion, Pepper Wolverine. I win. Pepper Wolverine wins. Chocolate Champion loses. Not the hottest pepper out there. Hot? Yes. Really hot? Yes. Super ultra hot? Negotiable. Flavor-wise? Boo. If you want a flavor, don't grow this one. Or grow it with something that gives it more flavor in the soil. Maybe inject it with something. Hope you guys have a beautiful Friday evening, a awesome weekend. We'll do this again. Hopefully we can do it 1 or 2 more times before it's just too darn cold or there's nothing else left to try. While I have a bunch of peppers sitting on the table, tomorrow I'll be de-seeding, turning that stuff into fermented sauce, powdering some of it. Thanks, Rich. Enjoy your weekend too, buddy. We'll call this an evening. I got brother coming over with his family here shortly, so I'm going to prep, get ready to have some family fun. I figured I'd have some pepper fun first, though. Hope you guys have enjoyed it.
If you haven't enjoyed it, well, sorry. It's not a pepper I enjoyed that much either. Peace out, Pepper Wolverine. Take care. We'll do it again soon.